This story contains references to violence and the loss of a child. Viewer discretion is advised. There's a kind of pain so deep, it changes the shape of your soul forever. This is the story of a mother, her daughter, and a choice that silenced an entire courtroom. Angela never thought her life would come to this. She was a single mother living in a modest apartment on the edge of the city. Rent was high. Bills piled up. Every month felt like walking a tightrope between just enough and not enough. She worked as a grocery store cashier during the day and cleaned offices at night. Some nights, she came home so tired she could barely stand under the shower. She got up at 5:30 every morning, made coffee, packed lunches, ironed uniforms. But Angela didn't complain. She loved making tiny origami animals and hiding them around the house. Sometimes Angela would find a little paper crane tucked inside her purse at work, a secret reminder that Lily was thinking of her. One person kept her going. Her daughter, Lily. Lily was 12, full of sunshine, with pink hairbands and glittery nail polish. Angela believed no matter how hard life was, she could handle it, because Lily was worth it. But one spring afternoon, everything changed. Angela remembered the day vividly. The sun was still shining when she finished her shift and hurried home, expecting Lily to be there, doing homework or watching cartoons. But the apartment was silent. Angela sat beside Lily's bed, holding her small hand, whispering, begging her to wake up. No messages. Her chest tightened. Neighbors joined in, shining flashlights into alleys and backyards. No laughter. No footsteps running to greet her. At first, she thought Lily was with a neighbor. Maybe playing. Maybe she'd lost track of time. Angela checked her phone. She sat in Lily's room until dawn, breathing in the faint scent of her daughter's shampoo, tracing the bedspread, staring at the stuffed animals lined up on the pillow. Hours passed. Dusk fell, then darkness. Angela searched the streets, calling Lily's name. Police arrested him 3 blocks from where Lily had been found. His face looked ordinary, like someone you'd pass in the grocery store. But behind it, she saw a monster. He spoke gently, as if afraid his words might shatter her. Lily had been found in the woods behind the school. She'd been assaulted and left unconscious. Then a patrol car pulled up beside her. But time only replayed that night over and over in her mind. An officer stepped out, his face pale under the streetlight. Machines beeped. Angela felt her world spin. Inside, she placed a gun she'd bought months earlier. At the hospital, doctors worked frantically. Nurses rushed in and out. She sat at the kitchen table, staring at Lily's favorite cereal box, the cartoon tiger grinning back at her. The machines went silent. Nurses stood quietly in the corner, heads bowed. But Lily slipped away that same night. She'd never even held a gun before Lily died. But in her mind, there was only one thought. Angela felt her daughter's warmth leave her fingers. It felt as if the entire world had ended. A history of petty theft and drug charges, but nothing violent. Angela went home in shock, carrying Lily's backpack, the pink hairband still looped around the zipper. Days later, detectives found fingerprints on Lily's school bag and a soda can in the woods. DNA results came back quickly. The man's name was Victor Hayes, 29 years old. Angela stared at Victor's mugshot on the news, her eyes burning with tears. Victor was charged with assault and murder. His trial was set, but legal proceedings dragged on. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Angela felt trapped in a storm of grief and rage. People said, time heals everything. She lay awake, staring at the ceiling, imagining Victor breathing free air while Lily lay in a grave. Some nights, she screamed into her pillow until she couldn't make another sound. On the morning of Victor's hearing, Angela woke before dawn. Her sister came to drive her to court. Angela didn't mention the gun. Then she stood up, went to her closet, and reached for a small black purse on the top shelf. Cameras flashed. Microphones thrust toward anyone willing to talk. Papers scattered. People screamed. Angela had never thought of herself as violent. He took my daughter. He's going to pay. Angela dressed in black slacks and a dark blouse. When they arrived, the courthouse buzzed with reporters, police, lawyers in crisp suits. Angela felt like a ghost moving through it all. Inside the courtroom, she sat in the second row, purse resting on her lap. Her lawyer argued that grief and trauma drove her actions. She stared at the double doors. Was she justified? Was she insane? Was it justice or another tragedy? Others say she became the monster she wanted to destroy. Minutes later, Victor Hayes was led in, handcuffed, wearing a suit that hung awkwardly on his shoulders. Angela felt every muscle in her body tighten. Or should we always leave justice to the courts, no matter how much it hurts? She opened her purse, wrapped her fingers around the cold metal of the gun, and pulled it out. Angela faced years, possibly life, in prison for murder. She searched his face for any sign of remorse. But Victor kept his eyes lowered. Angela felt heat rising in her chest. The judge called the room to order. Lawyers spoke about motions and evidence. Witnesses would later say it was as though time itself had stopped. Angela heard none of it. Then Victor's lips twitched into a smirk, and something inside her snapped. Angela stood up slowly. For a split second, the entire courtroom froze. Then shots rang out. 1, 2, 3. Victor collapsed backward, blood blooming across his shirt. But the police didn't rush her immediately. Angela stood trembling, lowering the gun to her side. When officers finally approached, she handed them the weapon and let them lead her away in handcuffs. Outside the courtroom, reporters swarmed. News outlets ran the headline: "Mother shoots daughter's accused killer in courtroom." Some called Angela a murderer. Others called her a hero. Online debates raged. At her own arraignment, Angela stood silently. But the law is the law. When asked if she regretted what she'd done, Angela whispered, "I just wanted to make sure he never hurt anyone else again." But she knew nothing. No revenge, no verdict, could ever bring Lily back. People still debate her actions to this day. Some say she's a hero who did what any parent would do. And so, I leave you with one question. In a world where justice sometimes fails, is it ever right to take the law into your own hands? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful true stories.